Welcome to 1 Million Cups Kansas City. The mission of 1 Million Cups is to lower the barrier of access to education, resources, and connection for all types of new and aspiring entrepreneurs throughout the United States. 1 Million Cup communities gather across the country every Wednesday to share presentations and make authentic connections. 1 Million Cup events are free, open to the public, and always have coffee.
My name is Emmah Meuma. I'm the program manager for 1 Million Cups, and thank you. I thank you so much for coming this morning to be with us, to welcome our guests. As we start, I just want us to know this is different. It's not our usual 1 Million Cups. We are calling it Rapid 1MC because we will have 5 presenters today. 5, and that's why we've come early today, so that we can hear from all our presenters. We have guests from the Caribbean, and we have guests from Latin America with us today. And that is courtesy of our partners, Global Ties. Let's acknowledge them. So why do we have this special occasion today? Because entrepreneurship is global, right? We cannot say we are in a bubble. Entrepreneurship is global. We have to tap into other resources from time to time. We also have seen that we have to create space for other voices. How do we do that? Welcome those who come in our country so that they can be part of us, right? And that's what we are doing today. We are going to learn, we are going to hear from our speakers, and we are also going to share our knowledge with them. And that way, I will tell you the secret and the power of this room at the end. Okay? So I want to acknowledge our leader, Olatunji Ajani, our executive director for 1 Million Cups. Ola. And I want to acknowledge our Chief Operating Officer for the Ewing Marion Kaufman Foundation, Dr. Susan. I welcome her to give us a few remarks. Let's welcome her.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. We are so glad to have you here, whether this is your first 1 Million Cups or you've been to so many 1 Million Cups, you can't even tell us how many you've been to. We're grateful for your time. I always appreciate this environment on a Wednesday morning because you all are awake, you all are excited, and honestly, always one of the friendliest rooms to be in. So welcome and thank you. And a special thank you to our guests who are here with us today. When we have the opportunity to bring in community and to showcase what we're doing, but also to learn, that is really the core and the essence of the work we are doing here in 1 Million Cups, but also the work of the Kaufman Foundation. So thank you again so much for being here and looking forward to a great morning.
So I'll tell you what, the reason why we have wings to fly is because of our COO. So let's acknowledge her. I also want to acknowledge our team. We call ourselves the Mighty Four. We are small and mighty. Daisha behind there, Julie with us, and Ola is here. Thank you so much. This is a team that makes things happen. I think some time back, I talked about a refreshed strategy and that we had a new team. So I will show you what our regions look like. But for you to know who is supporting the country nationally, this is a team and they're here with us for the entire week. So please wave to us, the new team that is. Thank you, thank you. Let's acknowledge them. We also have our partners and our collaborators. Fast Track team. We have Maria and Kira joining us. They're also the regional network leads for Fast Track. Maria and Kira, let's welcome them. We also have partners that feel if they're not there, we are not sure. Gloria, Rachel, Leah, thank you so much for your support. Let's acknowledge them. Well, I want to tell you what, without this team, today doesn't happen. This is why we meet every Wednesday morning. Meet our 1MCKC organizers. Please raise your hand if you're here and you're one of the organizers. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. We meet every Wednesday morning, because they organize, they delegate, they coach our presenters, and they make things happen behind the scenes. And they're all volunteers. None of them is paid. So thank you. At this time, I would like to call our guest, Courtney Brooks. She's the president and CEO of Global Ties. She will tell us a little bit about our guests and the program that brings our guests to Kansas City. Welcome, Courtney.
Good morning. It is a pleasure to be with all of you at 1 Million Cups. This is such an incredible space and place. Thank you to the Kauffman Foundation and the organizers for creating these spaces and these opportunities where entrepreneurs show up, share openly, and build something new each and every week. That spirit of connection is why we are here today. So I serve as the president of Global Ties KC. We are a local nonprofit organization that has been bringing international visitors into the Kansas City community for over 70 years, making sure that diplomacy and peace-building efforts, while they sometimes happen in DC and far-off lands, also happen here in our community through person-to-person connections and the chance for international visitors and the local community to meet, to share best practices and ideas, and to find ways to collaborate and work together. So as a local nonprofit, we invest in connecting these international leaders to Kansas City through professional exchanges. We also invest in the next generation of global leaders right here at home through our high school programs. Together, these efforts show that the Kansas City area is not just participating in the global economy, we are helping to shape it. So in just the last year, we welcomed over 400 visitors from over 120 countries into the Kansas City community on these exchange programs. These are entrepreneurs, policymakers, educators, and innovators who are looking to build partnerships, exchange ideas, and create real economic impact both here and in their home countries. The entrepreneurs that you'll hear from this morning are here for an entire month, which is a little bit atypical of our programs. They're here on the Young Leaders of America Initiative program, through which Global Ties KC is setting up with internships and fellowships across the community. This is the U.S. Department of State's flagship program for emerging entrepreneurs from across Latin America and the Caribbean. They are a part of a cohort of over 200 fellows representing 36 countries who are placed in communities across the United States for this month. This is an economic exchange, and it's about building partnerships that will lead to new markets, new ideas, and as I said, long-term collaboration. So thank you as well to all of the fellowship placements who are in the room today. Can I have all of you wave who are here? There's a few of you. So this morning, you will hear from 5 of these entrepreneurs. And while these 5 are on stage, there are another 6 fellows who are in the room with us. So I strongly encourage you to introduce yourself, ask questions, and to start a conversations. They'll be in Kansas City over the next month. So I formally hereby invite you all to meet with them, not just today, but at upcoming events. On May 12th is the Heartland Pop-Up. It's an evening of fundraising and community at the Kansas City Art Institute, and a few of them will be speaking then. May 13th, another group will be at Keystone, and then on May 21st is their closing celebration. So you can find information on all of those events on our website, globaltieskc.org, as well as all of the other events and exchanges we host throughout the year and ways to get involved in other programs. So Kansas City's story, global story, is written by entrepreneurs who are willing to think beyond borders, by organizations that open their doors to international exchange, and by individuals who choose to engage with the world right here at home. So thank you all for being part of that story, and I'm excited to hear from our fellows today. Emmah?
Well, thank you so much. Before we start with the presenters, we have a certain order, and we like to talk about what is 1 Million Cups and why it matters. It's a weekly program, no RSVP, you just walk in and you get coffee, and thank you to the Kauffman Foundation, you get cookies if you come to Kansas City. We connect entrepreneurs and share ideas, receive feedback, and build meaningful connections. That's it. That's all we do. Build meaningful connections. So 1 Million Cups started in 2012, right here at the Kaufman Foundation. And the goal was simple: make entrepreneurial support accessible to all. Simple, few words, one sentence. And the mission is to lower barriers of access to resources, education, and connection for all new and aspiring entrepreneurs in the United States. Easy, right? That's what we do every Wednesday morning when we come here. So this is how 1 Million Cups is distributed in the country. We have 110 communities, over 800 volunteers. All of them are volunteers, and over 83,000 followers. So we have a movement. It's not a program, it's a movement. 1 Million Cups. Remember the 3 regional network leads I talked about? One takes care of the blue states, the red states, and the green states. Can you imagine 40 communities, 50 communities, over 200 organizers? So big job, big coordination, all for who? The entrepreneur, right? So what you're going to witness today is presentations and not pitches. 6 minutes. Usually we would have Q&A for 20. Today we will combine that because today is Rapid 1MC, and we'll have each presenter for 5, and then we'll have a combined Q&A for about 40 minutes. Then we call ourselves, this is not our networking program. This is about connection. When you see it, it's not about giving the business card. The business card will come. I'm not downplaying it. But first, what do? Connect with someone. See them next week and the week after. By the time you're giving them a business card, they already know who you are. You know the business that you're going to have together. We build community here. That's it. We build community. And we come every Wednesday. Some people say it's addictive. I just have to come. One of us told me, my wife tells me, just get out of the house. Go. And we want to have you too. So those who are telling them leave the house, please do. Now we're about to start the program, our guiding principles for 1MC Q&A. Our goal is to support the entrepreneur. So what is our role? We offer thoughtful, constructive questions to understand and to help. That's what we're doing. Thoughtful, constructive questions to understand and to give feedback. What are we focusing on? Curiosity over criticism, collaboration over critique, actionable, kind feedback. Actionable, kind feedback. And we will see how this translates into the bigger picture. So, what do we do now? Please let's silence our phones for our presenters in our community and you, so that we can listen to our first presenter. So these are our presenters today. Let's acknowledge them. Woo! We have 5 presenters. Thank you so much for accepting to come and present to us. Now, our first presenter will have 6 minutes. Luciana, welcome.
Hello, everyone. My name is Luciana Kleinmann. I'm from Brazil. I'm actually an architect, and I shifted to agriculture 4 years ago. So I was a financial procurement manager in an architecture company, but then I shifted to agriculture because I'm third generation now farmer, and my father and my grandfather, they needed help. So the farmer needed help, and I transitioned it to help them. But then I stayed because I saw that there's a business opportunity into it. I wouldn't stay if I didn't see it. And the most difficult asset to have it is the land. And the land, we have it. So I was there just to try to help them. And nowadays, I'm transforming the farm. So in the last 4 years, I used my architectural knowledge And we invested in cold chambers and to not be only working with the standard farming thing. So we built our fourth silo. We had the solar plant implanted. We had more infrastructure built, and also full infrastructure renovation. And we implemented the software using, like we were using notebooks like paper. And nowadays we are trying to use some software and controlling procurement systems. It's difficult. We don't have the most skilled team ever, but we are trying. So this is our farm now. We have this cold chamber. We have big solar plant. It's a part of it. Yeah, and then my biggest challenge is not production nowadays, it's management. Like I would really we wouldn't really survive nowadays if we were working like in the 70s or in the 80s, using paper or not being aware of the world economics. So that's what I'm trying to do. Nowadays I'm here, my father is at a farm. One of us must be there. So we are the human fire extinguishers now. And that's my main challenge. We need to transform the farm to a more data-driven processes. So that's what I'm trying to do nowadays. And yeah, I'm here to learn. Like if you know any farmers, people who run businesses, the succession transition is not like the generational transition is not the easiest thing ever. So if you know someone that's dealing with this problem or like even runs a farm, I would really like to know like simple management systems. I don't want complex solutions. I want to see how things are going in the field here in the United States. It's a very big country, but Kansas, I believe there's a lot to, I have a lot to learn here. So yeah, example for real operationals, mentors, and operational frameworks. And I think I got it. So yeah, let's connect. And that's me. 5 minutes?
Yes, thank you very much. She got the memo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, our next presenter, Natalia. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining and having me here. Well, I have a question for you. Have you ever thought, why do you know what you have to do to take care of yourself, but you cannot make it? So yes, that's what I've been seeing for the past 8 years. I'm a dietitian in Costa Rica, and I'm also the co-founder of an app for nutritionists or dietitians and patients in Costa Rica. So basically, for the past 8 years, I've been providing one-on-one consultations to clients, mainly women, trying to heal their relationship with food. I'm mixing mental health, behavior change, and also eating disorders. So I also help people with binge eating disorder. And what I've been seeing here, it's the same thing, that there is a huge importance on mental health and stress, and not only telling people what to eat. We need to help them with their mentality. And for the past 8 years, I have delivered workshops in schools, communities, and also I've been invited to cafeterias to make workshops about topics related to body image, about healing relationship with food, mindful eating as well. I also have worked with sports, and that's something that I really like to do as well. So, okay, what's the problem? So far, nutrition or the nutrition plans that are given to people are really static, and people are not static, So our habits are affected by our environment, our stress. Probably you have suffered of stress and you know that you will eat less or you will eat more, right? And so there's a lot of friction on the meal plans that dietitians are providing to change. There's a lot of friction to change their habits. And that's the reason why we are developing this platform. So far, Healthy App, it's a platform for nutritionists and patients. And the platform for nutritionists is already ready. It's on a pilot stage, 3-month pilot, and we have received really good comments. I use it to integrate. It's a centralized platform to integrate many of the things that we have to do, including calculation of plans. But the main challenge here, it's about the platform or the app for patients, because we want to make it as an adaptive behavior center app who pretends to help people to make lasting changes through personalized guidance using AI. Okay, so what I'm looking for here in Kansas City, as well as Luciana, I'm open to learn a lot of things, but I want to connect with psychologists, psychiatrists, endocrinologists, doctors as well, and also tech partners. I have a partner who works in the technology part, but we also want to have a bigger team as well. And we want to create an app that really, really will help and also can make accessible for people in underserved communities. I also trying to get mentorship from you and funding opportunities, as we need to continue to work on the app. And you know that the use of AI is kind of expensive. So I think we missed well, let's connect. If you want to know more about the Healthy app, I invite you to contact me later, and I will show you how it's working and how we can make connections. Thank you so much.
This slide is here.
Thank you. Well, you can find my LinkedIn and contact. Thank you so much.
Natalia. Okay, I want to give you a minute or half a minute to connect with Natalia. As our next speaker and presenter comes, Danielle, let's.
Good morning, everyone. I'm very honored to be here. So I'm Daniel Vasquez. I'm from the Dominican Republic, and I built together with my co-founder, Easy Mobility. And just to talk a little bit about me, I work in a multinational that is called AB InBev, the company that produces Budweiser here in the Dominican Republic. I lived in several cities in Brazil, learning my third language. I love very much traveling. And my principal mother after God is my family. As you can see there, my wife and my two little girls. We'd like to talk to you about Easy Mobility and our vision. We look to expand not only in Dominican Republic, but in the Caribbean, and afterwards going into Latin America, and to be recognized as the technological innovation, operational excellence, and human-centered approach. Our mission is that we simplify ground transportation to everyone in the Dominican Republic, and afterwards going into Latin America. What makes us different? Because most likely you have heard about technology applications or web apps that solve mobility issues, is that we are all in one. We offer three main transportation services, that is group transportation, executive transportation, and car rentals. We custom solutions. We adapt the service to any company and to any final client. We focus in B2B and B2C. We have a fast response, and we work 24/7. The technology that we have built and that has been working in the last year and a half helps us for us to do that. We offer as well home delivery to imagine that you rent a car and you can receive it in the door of your house. You don't have to move. You don't have to go to these long processes that we normally are experiencing. As well, we offer full insurance. We don't have hidden fees. So the price you see in our web app is the price that you get at the end. We have, as I mentioned, 3 segments. That is car rental, transfers and chauffeurs, and group transportation. That's our portfolio. And the projects that we have developed in the last years is that we digitalize all the process. We have a business model that has been working for the last 3 years, and this we digitalize it into our web app you can access, and I'll show you the link afterwards. We as well work with charity we believe that we have to give everything that we receive. We have to give at least a part. And we normally provide food for 1 month for more than 100 families. And in social, we mobilize in the Dominican Republic together with the government more than 3,500 people in 2 days. And that has been a big project that we developed recently. Our challenges is that we look to scale to other cities in Dominican Republic. And the digital adoption, as you know, if you are in the tech business, is really a challenge. So we try out all of our clients to go into the web app and make the reservations, the organizational development, and keep with consistent growth. And how can you collaborate? This is the next slide. I would say we are looking for international collaboration to learn from you all. If you can and you visit Dominican Republic, use our web app. I think that would be amazing as well. Opportunity for investment. We have been inserting ourselves in venture capital. So this is a blue ocean strategy. Transportation normally is forgot in many regions, and we are in an emerging market as well. So big opportunity here. And mentorship. We like learning. If you have experience in technology or transportation, please mentor us. We can connect, and that will be amazing as well. So these are our contact information: Instagram, LinkedIn. We are active in all the social media, and you can access our web app and test and see how it goes. And that's our phone number as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. How are you feeling? Good? Good. Our next presenter, Vicente. Welcome.
Well, hi. Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Vicente Bonilla. I'm an architect and CEO of MAG, an architecture firm based in Montevideo, Uruguay. We are a team of 30 architects, and we have been involved in more than 220 projects. And we collaborate with a lot of firms, architecture firms, mainly when they are needing support to develop and deliver their projects. Most times it happens when they are experiencing a phase of growth or when they have deadlines. So with that idea, we started like generation these collaborations. And basically, what it's a key fact is that in Uruguay, we not only design, but we take our projects all the way into construction. So that experience help us shape the way we think, the way we make decisions, and the way we do projects. So at some point, we thought that this knowledge could also be shared with a lot of different firms. And so we started collaborating and structuring our team to collaborate. So today we work as an extension of architecture firms, and so we take their projects and work with them together to move things forward and to go from early design phases into execution. But always supporting like the original design decisions. So our work has been driven by the strong use of technology, coordination, and also clear processes. So we aim to make project smoother and also anticipate to challenge and keeps things moving forward. And we're also very interested in getting involved into sustainable projects, like where sustainability is a real driver, so we can have like a better impact in the world. So our challenge right now is growth. We have been working in collaboration with other architects for the past 4 years. So we know it's a model that actually works, and now we're trying to make stronger connections with architecture firms here in Kansas City. So if you know any architects or architecture firms that could be interested and are open to collaboration, I would be glad to get in contact. So that's me. So let's collaborate. Thank you very much.
Are you ready for one more? Good. Petra-Anne.
Please. Thank you. Okay. Good morning, everyone. So my name is Petra-Anne Davis. I am from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, a tiny little island in the Caribbean that has about 100,000 people. We're just west of Barbados. Where I'm from, I have the business called Elixirs. Where I'm from, culture is not something we attend, it's something we live. Now, I want you to close your eyes really quick. Imagine this. You want to go for a drink. You don't want to get dressed. You don't want to drive out. You don't want to wait in line. You don't want to pay bar prices. Open your eyes. That is why I created Elixirs. Elixirs is a mobile beverage brand delivering handcrafted cocktails in ready-to-go 8-ounce pouches, designed for convenience, experience, and mobility. It's not just a drink, it's access. So, while building Elixirs, I gained hands-on experience working with cultural events and community-based productions. This first picture, I had an opportunity to be part of initiatives like Pan in the Streets. Yes, steel pan. I partnered with the police department where we went across different villages in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to show the youths that there are other alternatives to gangs or other violence. Get involved in a instrument, and we were highlighting Pan. I also was a part of Steel Expressions. This is a more curated production that blended music and storytelling to highlight Caribbean identity in an immersive way. I was also involved in the execution of the Carnival Development Corporation opening ceremony, which required large-scale coordination, performance, and audience engagement at a national level. Being a part of these experiences taught me how to operate in dynamic environments, understand audiences, and contribute to moments that bring people together. Again, not a product, but being part of an experience. Now, this lovely chart. Here's what I started noticing. Whenever I was actively producing events, visibility and sales were high. And that showed me something, because when I paused, so did growth. The issue isn't demand, it's visibility. And at the same time, consumer behavior is shifting. People are becoming more health conscious, and alcohol consumption is declining globally. So now my challenge becomes twofold: expanding visibility and evolving my product to meet changing lifestyles, which is why I want Elixirs to no longer be just about cocktails. I would like to expand into the health and wellness industry, providing fresh pressed juices, immunity shots, and kombucha, positioning ourselves into the intersection of culture, convenience, and wellness. I should have been clicking these or as I was talking. Now, why I'm here, how can you help? As we scale, we're moving from a small, high-demand island market into broader spaces, and that requires strategic growth. I'm seeking, first and foremost, investor connections to help with scale production. Going into a brand new space, a brand new market, I definitely would have to rethink. Maybe my packages would now have to include bottle caps instead of just my pouches. I would have to think about machinery. I would have to think about storage. I would have to think about all of these things. So investor connection is top of the line for me. Mentoring opportunities in events, health, and wellness. Partnerships in the relevant areas. And marketing exposure and guidance. Because growth at this level also means infrastructure, machinery, production capacity, which I would have said. And while St. Vincent is small, the influence is not. And I can highlight Speed's visit yesterday, for those of you who know I show Speed. So if you're interested in me, Elixirs, what I have planned, please connect with me. This QR code will help you get to my Facebook, my Instagram, my LinkedIn, and my WhatsApp that you can contact me directly. Thank you.
Let's acknowledge our presenters again one more time. So before we go to the next session, which is our fun part, our Q&A, right? We know about it. I would like us to know that you're here. Please scan the QR code on your tables. Let us acknowledge that you're here so that you can continue getting our communication and knowing when we have different events and who our next presenters are. We are going to go into the Q&A session, and as usual, you know what we normally do is we raise our hands and ask questions. So it might be difficult for us to really curate how we do this. I was thinking, do we ask one all the way to the fifth one and then come back? That's too structured, right? But let's be conscious that we want to ask questions across all our presenters. We want to give feedback across all presenters. So we have almost an hour if we keep it short and sweet. And if you keep it short and sweet, you will have great feedback. Let's go. First question.
Okay, so I am going to be looking for some hands, but Petra-Anne, feedback for you. I really resonated with your first story, but that story did not carry out in the rest of the story that you were telling. And so that creates confusion about who your ideal customer is and how you're trying to connect or who you're wanting to connect with. And so that's my feedback for you, just tightening that up, especially if you're looking for investors. They're going to need that to be a really clear story all the way through. Thank you.
Next question.
Good morning. First of all, excellent presentations. Thank you very much for being here. I have two questions for Luciana. First of all, what crops is it that your farm actually grows? And then the second question is, you say that you've got the production dialed in. It's more management that you're looking for, management help. Is that more on the marketing side, or is it on the human resource side, or what particular challenges do you have management-wise?
So I should have said that. I forgot. Sorry, I was a little bit nervous. Yeah, we grow soybeans, corn, oats, and wheat. So mostly grains. And my main challenge is management, but not marketing. Like it's more in the operational side and strategic side. Me and my father, we are in the strategic part and the tactic part, but we need more help predicting things. So how the maintenance is going, how we are like predicting the crops to harvest, to plant. We have an operational manager, a very good one. He helps a lot, like he does everything. But we need to be more aware on how to predict our cycles and maintenance, and also the prices, purchasing. There's a lot of huge costs involved. And once I'm not aware, like how the world's changing, I didn't buy my fertilizers on time, then I need to be more structured on the operational side and also administrative, financial, HR. Like it's a medium-sized company. So, but we are 6 people. So I don't have it in the strategic part. It's only me and my father. So a bit of everything, actually.
Okay. Next question.
Can I go?
Yes.
Okay. This is for Daniel. In the Dominican Republic, what resorts do you service, and what types of vehicles do you rent? Anything for like a boat at all, or just land?
Okay, thank you for your question. We focus on passenger transportation, ground, passenger transportation, and we have the ability to provide service in any part of Dominican Republic as of now.
Okay, next question.
My question is for Petra-Anne, first of all. Yes, okay. I love it. So my question for you is, are you curating an experience with these deliveries? Like, are there drink cards or anything that come with the pouches that could potentially put people in a space where they're taking the drink from the pouch to create an experience? Maybe they're doing an at-home date or a mommy's night in or something like that, to create an entire experience around the drink instead of just, the delivery of the drink.
Thank you for your question. Firstly, the packaging itself delivers a new experience to the customers. I think that the pouches, everyone sees them in St. Vincent, like, oh my God, it's not a glass, it's not a bottle, because those are atypical receptacles for drinks. So the pouch in itself is an experience. And what I usually do, for instance, you mentioned like mommy's night in, date nights. I usually ask my customers, what are you having these drinks for? Is it a beach date? And I may offer them a specific drink. I may craft something particularly for them. So for instance, one of the events that was posted, the Steel Expressions, that particular Steel Expressions highlighted St. Vincent. And our colors are blue, yellow, and green. I made drinks in each of those colors that were very lovely crafted, and each of them told a story. So I think, to shortly answer your question, even though I went the long road, the packaging itself is first and foremost the experience, and then I do deliver that as well.
Next question.
Thank you for your presentation. This question goes for Natalia. I love the idea that you have for this app. I think it's really needed. My question that I have, because we're seeing so many apps being developed with AI, how do you keep it personal? Because it's such a personal and intimate relationship to have a nutritionist or a dietitian and your patient. How do you keep it personal while using AI?
Yes, thank you so much for your question. Actually, that's what it's our biggest challenge so far, so that we are still doing research to find a solution to that. So what we imagine is that person will put all their symptoms, for example, fatigue, low energy, anything that the person is feeling, so they can track their feelings, and they can also have access to the previous meal plan. But it must adapt depending on the personal situation. For example, I have a breakfast and these are my options. Exactly regarding security, right? To protect the data. Is that what you mean?
Meant is more like because we hear that AI sometimes is not as empathetic as talking to a human, right? So how
Yes.
do you make it to have that experience of using the app more personal? Because you want it to feel kind of like you're talking to a nutritionist or having like a real person having take care of you. So how are you building the app that it doesn't sound or doesn't feel like just dealing with an AI?
Yes. So the goal is not to replace dietitians, is to keep working with dietitians. And so they can have follow-up constantly or this regularly with their professional. So the goal is not to eliminate the contact with the human. So the goal is to get more symptoms, so the patient can register what they are eating, they can track many things, but at the end to receive feedback from the dietitian. Thanks.
Next question. Okay.
Great job. I'm very impressed with all 5 of the presentations. I know nothing about any of this stuff, so just so you know. But Luciana, I do have a friend who's actually been here before, just an hour away, with a farm that sounds exactly like what you have. Same crops, about 1,200 acres. He was a techie kind of guy that went back to the family, and he's taking over that operation. So I'd love to take you down there. Just one thing, but have you? My primary question, just for how not to do it, have you watched Clarkson Farms on Netflix? Jeremy Clarkson.
No.
Oh, you got to watch that. It's so good.
Thank you. I'll watch and we'll keep in touch. Thank you.
Okay, next question. Question for Vincent? Okay.
Is it
Good.
me next?
Yes.
Petra-Anne, can you tell us a little bit about the production? I mean, how do you get those drinks into the pouches? Do you have arrangements with various other liquor distributors, or how do you do it?
Essentially, it's gonna sound dumb when I say this, but I pour them in. Locally, we have a distillery. So my island, our focus is rum. We have rum. We have award-winning rum. But most of my drinks, in my country, they struggle to appreciate the local flavor sometimes. I was speaking to one of my FPO's employees yesterday, and I was telling him we have so many variation of mangoes. You would probably know one mango. We have about 20 species of mangoes in my island. And if I were to bring a mango margarita, 4 out of 5 Vincentians would prefer to do a lime margarita because that is what they know, because that is what they see from mainstream. And I struggle in the sense of I would have to, instead of mostly using my local distillery, I would have to go to the distributors and fact check, okay, maybe you have this vodka cheaper than this person, you have that vodka cheaper. So it's a toss up sometimes when I have to go seeking alcohol, but I have a rum punch that is, as it says, rum. It's mixed with all 3 of the rums on island, and that's a hit, so to speak. It's also a Vincentian staple, but that's also why I'm not mad at the alcohol consumption declining, because I've been having to do more mocktails instead of cocktails. And that is why I started looking into health and wellness, because for myself, I work out every morning. Dominic could tell you because he doesn't answer my calls and I wake him up to go to the gym. And for me to have like an immunity shot, I have to make that myself. I cannot go into a retail store, a grocery store in my island and pick up a turmeric shot. I cannot pick up a vitamin C shot. So I started thinking, I already make drinks. Why not make this as well? And through YLAI, I can get to Nicaragua. I can get to Costa Rica. I can get to Uruguay. I'm thinking I start locally in St. Vincent and I go regionally with Elixirs in the health and wellness space.
This question, this is for Luciana. So my degree is in agricultural biosystems engineering, and I studied in Viçosa for a semester. So they're Brazil's top agriculture university. I got to do an exchange program, which is really cool. There's someone in our community, his name's Shashank. I don't think he's here this morning. He's working on an ag AI program. So I'd love to connect you with him. I wish he was here, but I don't think he is. I don't see him in the overflow room either. I guess my question to you is, when you said like not a high-tech solution, a practical solution, I'm curious what that means to you.
We do have a lot of tech down there. So drones and trucks that drive themselves, like these things also we have there. But we don't have the skill team to deal with it. And actually, I have more important problems nowadays than like spraying with technology, or like you should download this app and this is that, but who's solving all your problems? Like how I get to the app to work? Like what's the daily basis steps that I should implement first? Then I could access this kind of technology. Because nowadays, we do have, like, Brazil has a lot of startups, and I can find whatever I want down there. But it's more like, what's the shift from where I am to there? Like, in this middle, I'm struggling on finding how we can get there. It's more like this.
That's so great, because that's exactly what I think farmers here deal with too, right? Generational farming. We've always done it one way, and trying to shift into technology. Yeah. Thank you. I'd love to chat with you after.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Question for Vicente. Architecture and construction feels like a reflection of the economic state of a country, of a region. What are you seeing in Uruguay and the surrounding countries in terms of priorities for single housing builds versus large projects, green? Where are the trends kind of shifting in your area?
Well, so in Uruguay, I mean, accessibility to housing is a big issue. So social housing is something that has been evolving a lot in Uruguay, and also relating it to sustainability. There's a huge movement with new technologies, like new technologies for construction that are being promoted by the country, more green construction. Related to mass timber construction, the use of wood. I know here you use a lot of wood. In Uruguay, it's not that common, but it's something that it's starting to be more common. So I think in Uruguay particularly, social housing using these new greener technologies is something that it's becoming more important.
Question.
All right, I got a question for Petra. I had heard your presentation earlier, and if I missed this, I apologize, but I run a barbecue catering business for events 0 to 300 people. Do you do collaborations with other businesses regarding barbecue and cocktails go very well together?
I definitely do. While I'm here, I'm working with Sidecar Catering, so we can have a conversation.
Okay. Next question. Okay.
For Vicente, for the types of projects that you do, are there different industries? Mentioned housing, but are there other types of buildings and then markets that you have? And then how about design build? And then can you tell me a little bit this is a three-parter, sorry. And then can you tell me a little bit about what exactly you're expecting to get from the collaboration? Is it going to be virtual, or are you just here to make that connection? Or how does that look short and long term?
Yeah, well, great question. A lot of questions. But yeah, regarding industry, I'm in Uruguay. My company focuses on multifamily housing, but when we work with other architects, we have been involved in different programs, educational facilities. We have worked on office buildings, also shopping malls. So we really appreciate like getting involved in these different kind of projects because we get to learn a lot. Each building, it's very specific. And sorry, regarding the other question, design build. Well, we have worked with companies that focuses on design build, and it's really enriching, I would say, because in those projects we get not only to support them with the documentation for like the construction documentation, but we also have the opportunity to bring ideas into the table for design ideas and our perspective from Uruguay on how to build things. And how we work when we do these international collaborations is virtually. We are not present in each country, but we really work hand by hand with the architects, with the local architects. So in that sense, we give them like the support that they need. Mainly, as I said during the presentation, when you have like peaks of like workload peaks, which in construction is pretty common because work and projects go like this. So sometimes architects have to say no to projects because they don't have the team. So that's when we enter most of the times. And generally, after those peaks, we keep the work on because the relationship it's really good, and we also promote to still getting involved in during the time in long-term relationships because it makes the process better. We get to understand their standards, how they work, how to communicate. So I hope I answered the question.
Okay, next question.
Hi, my name is Michelle, and my question's for Daniel. Hi, good morning. I have I guess a two-part question. So my first is, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed.
Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic. Thank you. So many wonderful places. The competition for you for transportation, is it, forgive me for forgetting, it's my first time here, by the way. So yeah, is it vast? Is there no competition? Are you kind of stepping out in your business? Because here, I mean, I'm sure everyone can relate. There's I can name 10 companies that have what you're excelling in. I kind of peeked on your Facebook while you were, and so is this something revolutionary in your area? Is it new? Because the first thing that popped into my mind, so that is my first question, was mobility. I got kind of excited because I was thinking of all my special needs friends who have limited mobility, and I was hoping to hear you maybe pitch an idea for someone who may not have accessibility to even drive a car. And I was wondering if that's something you've ever thought of as adding on to one of your packages, is people who have limited mobility or none at all, to allow for someone with special needs or just limited means to be able to even drive a car, to be able to pick up someone who, or transport someone who may have a child or an adult or themselves who can't get around like everyone else. So I guess I have a two-part question for that. And congratulations on that. And I wish you all the success. So.
Thank you very much, Michelle, right?
Thank you.
So yeah, to answer the first question, in Dominican, we have competition. Example, since we work with car rentals, executive transportation, and group transportation, we compete in those three areas. In car rental, we compete with traditional rental companies, as you may know, Enterprise, Dollar, Thrifty, those will be. And in executive transportation, we compete with companies as large as Uber. And group transportation, many transportation in Dominican Republic, as we are a tourist, mainly a resource country. We receive annually 12 million tourists over there. So you can guess that there are a lot of group transportation. And how we are differentiating is that we provide personalized service. And let's say the competition today, since they are very big, normally they when you're that big, you move slow, and you for a certain way, you stop paying attention to things that for us are valuable. That is the personalized attention, that is time, that is like someone that can take care of you, that can get educated in driving. And regarding the second questions on special needs, that's something we have talked about in Dominican Republic, as we are an emerging market. Even the streets or the walking lanes don't have these ramps for you to. So I try to bring that on the topic, so you to know in what stage we are at. And I think that as a country, we're working on providing services to these to people that have these kind of conditions, and that's something that is in our vision, in our vision and in our plan. And I'm honored that I have the luck to be working at Mid America Regional Council, and they are working with some ideas regarding these topics. And my expectation is to get as much of information from Bobby and his team for that he's here, on how we can learn from what you will be doing, we will be doing here in Kansas City, and take it home. So yeah, that's something that is in our vision, and we focus a lot in our community. We think that profit, it's necessary for you to grow, but as long as you keep on growing and getting profit, the community needs to receive some benefit from it. And yeah, definitely that is in our plans. Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome.
Okay, thank you. Next question.
Good morning. Thank you all so much. My name is Ithar Hasabala. And I just want to say thank you for, presenting here. I'm a Kansas, so this is really cup filling, like for a lot of us. My question is for Natalia. Natalia, you spoke about the app, nutrition and kind of our relationship with food, because I think it's really a lot about the relationship with food. but I'm sorry if I missed it. Is it because you do workshops in schools, but you also have the app? So what is the age range in which like you work with? And also because it is environmental, social as well. How are families at all involved in that process, or are they? And so I would love to hear more about this, and I definitely will be in touch because this is one of my areas as well. So this is exciting.
Thank you. Well, the MVP that we launch is mainly for nutritionists working with adults, but we want to explore more pediatricians or more focus on kids, and that's the way that we will get involved family as well. So we are talking about different stages, but the goal is to get as much population as we can. All right. So that's why we are also thinking, for example, to making connections at the government level or with the health minister, something like that in my country. And so we are thinking mainly the reason why I'm working more with adults right now. That's what it changed to adults. But the goal is to also provide benefits to children. As we are seeing, for example, many bad behaviors or a toxic relationship with food since they are kids. So we also need to work with families. So far, that's on the plan. But yes, we are thinking mainly on the nutritionists that are working with adults, just as is the minimum valuable product so far. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question.
Is it on now? Okay. This question is for Vicente. So I've got two questions. Number one, I'm curious about your team. Are they all local to Uruguay? Are they remote? Are they global? Are you face to face? And then secondly, Kansas City has some very prolific architecture firms here that work globally, right? So my second question would be, do you already have meetings? Just curious about that, or any plans for any?
Well, thank you for the questions. Regarding the first one, we are all local in Uruguay. We all go to the office. I mean, we work hybrid, but we like being there face to face. I mean, it's really important for us for the projects to have the teams working together in the same place. But we also love like this global approach and being able to be remote. So we really get to work in making better processes for communicating, like in the distance.
So is everyone from the area as
Yeah,
well?
we are all from Uruguay. Yeah. And regarding the second question, I have no meetings yet, but I've been meeting with people, very interesting people that perhaps can help me get to more architects.
I might have one for you.
Awesome,
I
thank you.
already connected with you on LinkedIn, so.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much.
Okay, next question.
Well, you kind of beat me to that. So I want to say thank you all for coming here, and I want to extend an invite if you guys ever want to go out to for a drink to some of the cool dive bars with some really good food. I'd be happy to be a host
Thank
in
you.
that manner. But this one actually follows up that last question for Vincent, or just kind of maybe an open call to everybody here. But I think with Populous being an area and you guys being here for about a month, Populous recently did the Las Vegas Sphere, and they also have worked with other architectural firms when they're kind of building an entertainment ecosystem for outsourcing to like kind of housing and things of that nature. So I texted somebody at Populous. So hopefully that we can kind of lead to something. They have their office is downtown. They actually just moved to a new building. And, if we could work with anybody or one of the organizers to possibly kind of catalyze a meeting so you can maybe get a tour and just, surface yourself as talent, I think that would be a good thing, especially kind of rooted back to Kansas City. So.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's amazing.
Next question.
Right here.
Okay.
So this is for Petra. So you are in the food industry in a way. So how would you distribute your product to the US? Let's say when you go back home and someone wants to use your product for their events here in Kansas City, how would you get it here without restrictions?
Thank you for your question. And thank you twice because I couldn't put this in the 5-minute presentation. So one goal of mine when I get back is expand Elixirs. And I mentioned before, I cannot walk into a supermarket and get products. I'm hoping to go into retail. I want to speak to my local grocery stores to stock Elixirs on the shelf instead of being an only online-based store. I am hoping that in turn, with those retail partnerships, through YLAI, through the lovely fellows that I have, to also do it regionally. So I'm already in talks with a fellow from Grenada because he has his own storefront. He would like to already purchase Elixirs to sell there. And through being here in Kansas for a month, we can have conversations about exporting to Kansas.
Okay. Next question. Here.
Am I on? It's for Petra as well, kind of like piggybacking on exporting from St. Vincent, right? So you mentioned earlier in your presentation, you said that you had over 20 varieties of mangoes. And you were saying something about, creating experiences and that, people there though are just wanting like, something that they're already familiar with that's outside. So the lime margaritas. But people here would love to have 20 varieties of different mangoes. I mean, I know that I always see the Alfonso mango, but I don't know the other 19, So I think that would be kind of an experience. Also, I don't know the 3 rums from St. Vincent either. Right. So, I mean, you could create those things. We would love to be on the beach in St. Vincent. So you could put that, give me that. You know what I mean? So that's all I want to say.
Well, to piggyback off of my previous answer, once we could start those connections where we have an Elixirs and Kansas relationship where I could do exporting, I will be sure to do some margaritas that are in the different species of mangoes and the rum.
Okay. Next question.
So I have a comment to all of you, and then also I have kind of a clarification question for Petra, but she brought up in her presentation, I know you only have 5 minutes to talk, but one thing she brought up is she already realizes that her market is changing. So one thing, it's really easy to get caught up in the weed, caught up in building, caught up in doing things and forget to look up and say, where am I and where's my market? So be sure you do that always, because that's very, very important. And then you were talking, Petra, you were talking about how you're moving into like wellness drinks. Are you looking at those also including like mocktails? You do that, you can start walking around, having people walking around town, doing tours, doing whatever, and have a mocktail with them and kind of get a different experience completely in what they're doing.
Thank you for that. So before I came to Kansas City and the United States on this program on a whole, we all would have gone through a rigorous ELC workbook, which is done by the, help me, not IRX, the ASU, Arizona State University. So it was basically like an entrepreneur workshop. During that time, they had a module about customer discovery. So I took what I learned and I sent out a questionnaire. It was online, and because I wanted to see, knowing that the market is changing is one thing. As you said, to look up and ask, who's my market? And I did just that by sending out this survey to see how many people in St. Vincent would really be interested in these things. And the statistics were shocking. The quantity of people who are like, oh my God, yes, immunity shots. Oh my God, yes, smoothies. Oh my God, I don't know what kombucha is, but I would like to know. Oh
oh my God, you do kombucha. I remember somebody, because I did it anonymously. So I remember somebody is like, oh my God, who sent out this questionnaire? Because I know about kombucha. My mother doesn't know about kombucha, but I would love to have kombucha here. So thank you for putting it into perspective, but I did give it some thought. So I know that there is a market in St. Vincent for the health and wellness fair, which is why I'm so excited to, at the moment, be the only person who's thinking about it, because I'm like, yes, this is mine. But at the same time, it's going to sound really bad when I say this. The higher society in St. Vincent, they still enjoy their little alcohol. They still enjoy the mocktail experience. And through Sidecar, I have to shout out my FPO, because he has some amazing drinks and mocktails on his menu. Y'all have to go to Westport Cafe. And I'm not being paid for that, by the way. He's going to teach me how to make mocktails. Yesterday, my nails are still yellow because I made this beautiful pineapple and turmeric syrup that I never thought I could put those two flavors together. But it's something I'm really looking forward to make a mocktail out of, because it's different, it's new, and it's something that I could also bring back that does not have alcohol, which again focuses on the health and wellness, but still has that experience.
I had a two-part. Okay. I had a two-part question, one for Petra and then one for Luciana. For Petra, my question was, well, first of all, I just want to say that how bold of you to explore such a market and to create that need. You serve alcohol, but you also are looking at the trend and getting ahead of the curve on what everyone's focused on is health. First of all, have you done any research on any competition in that genre or in that niche market? Being someone that's actually bold enough to go on that adventure, have you seen any competition? And then the other question was, okay, so I think that was the main question. It was another question, I just can't remember it, but yeah, have you experienced any competition in that area, or what have you taken from it?
Thank you for your question. Where competition applies in this, we have health bars in St. Vincent, because we are a nation that is moderately healthy. The difference between what Elixirs is going to do, and I'm speaking prophetically, the going to, as opposed to what these health bars offer, they're a storefront. They're 8 to 3. Elixirs, because I'm trying to go into retail, because I'm going to be mobile, I have the opportunity to have these things packaged and you get it to your house. You could go to the grocery store. You can get it that way. As opposed to, I've visited these health bars as well. For instance, I had to do a wisdom tooth extraction some time ago. I couldn't eat and I had to go and get like a protein smoothie, right? You go to these health bars, they're sort of overpriced because again, we have to import our protein powder. We have to, they don't do like local stuff. So most of it is imported. So of course the prices would be really high. So where I'm going to try to do more healthy stuff, retail stuff, I think that is where my advantage will be, that I don't have to leave my home and go too far, go into the capital city to these health bars. I could go to the grocery store. I could get it that way. So that's what I think.
Then the other part I wanted to say was with you combining those two markets, have you considered like a organic type of alcohol, or maybe even a vitamin alcohol, something along the lines of this is pure, this is natural, this is from the island, and these are the health benefits of this alcohol versus any other alcohol. And we also put vitamins in it. I don't know, this is an idea.
Well, I just did.
Okay. Luciana, my question for you was, you spoke about the challenges of generational farming, in that, you have to step up and take the reins on something that's so, grandfathered in. Tell us about that experience of taking the reins on the family farm from your father, and how you overcame the obstacles generationally, and just, the different mindsets on things.
Okay, so I didn't overcame yet because we are still there. Yeah, actually it has been quite a journey. We started like 4 or 5 years ago, and I have like my way of doing things is first learning. So the first 2 years I was just doing everything, like and everything that he wanted me to do. And then once I have the knowledge and I know like quietly, I observed everything. And then once I absorbed everything, then I tried to change the things that I was strong enough to change. So nowadays, procurement, I was a procurement manager before. So the procurement part for me, it's good. Like he doesn't even touch this anymore. But other parts that I don't have the strong experience yet, we are struggling on passing this because he doesn't have the patience to teach me some things. So we are trying to like fill this gap. The main thing is to have patience, I think. Like he built not everything alone because my grandfather built it, but I need to respect him for it. I need to acknowledge everything that he did. And then once I have, but also not too much patience because if I have too much patience, he's my dad. He's gonna like overstep and he's gonna say this is my rule. So it's different and it's difficult for me to find the balance between saying something in a strong way where I can put my new thoughts into it and then respecting him for it. So I'm trying to find the balance. I think we did. We are like, and he's willing to retire. Like he's saying to me that he almost there. So I think we are going a good path. But yeah, the main thing also is also to have people who are technicians in the field that you are not an expert. Like sometimes I'm not an expert on soil. Like I'm an architect. My soil is another soil. But and then I'm hiring people or consultancies or employees who can help me build this strength. So regarding soil analysis, biochemicals, or anything like this. So I'm trying to balance everything that, yeah.
Okay. Last two questions.
So I guess it's me. All right. Well, thank you for being here. Thanks, 1 million Cups for this. This is wonderful. Bienvenidos. So quick, I don't have questions. Well, the question, yes, I do. Is your 30 days just starting here? I mean, are you at the beginning of your trip to Kansas City, or are you okay? Excellent. So what I propose is, Luciana. So I would love to sit down with you and talk about exactly what you need. We have tech, but I also it's a tech company, but I also have a very what I think is a very good contact in agriculture in Kansas. He's in Manhattan, so I can ask him to see if maybe you take a little trip to Manhattan, Kansas, and meet with him. Natalia, a very good friend of mine, is a nutritionist and a wellness management manager, and she does some programs in Costa Rica, and she's local to Kansas City, and I think she would love talking to you and collaborating with you. Daniel, tech, we have some in transportation. I would love to share with you what we do and see if we can find some synergy. We're doing some transportation in healthcare here in the US, so see how we can collaborate. Vincent, my sister is a civil engineer, but she is very well connected with all the architecture firms in Kansas City. My wife works for Black & Veatch, which is a large engineering company, and they have a architecture team. So I think it would be awesome if you could meet my sister, meet my wife, and then figure out how they can help you navigate.
Yeah, definitely.
And Petra, my best friend for life, is an investor, knows manufacturing, knows exactly how to do, I think, what you need to take it to the next level. He is Venezuelan. I'm from Venezuela. He's Venezuelan, has many industries in Venezuela as well here in the US. And he is in Miami, but I would love to, even if it is a Zoom call, for both of you to talk. So that's all I got.
Okay. Our last question.
That's all you have.
After that.
Hey, you guys make me come after that. You guys did a great job. I'm so glad that I was here to be able to observe this. I only had something for Petra-Anne, as you do align with what I do. In the health and wellness space, I believe that plant-based medicine is a way that you can come into that. And so finding your way there, I do have a few contacts. Kellen Arlington, she got the Casey Gift grant last year. And so she is in the wellness space. And then I have another friend who does mocktails. She has Shady Pines bartending. She's a vendor with the city and does mocktails, you know what I mean? So she can definitely show you in that way. So let's connect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. What a great community. Thank you. So it's not one MC until we do something, right? There's this question that we have in one MC. But today is special, and we have special guests today as well. 1 Million Cups has 5 1MCs in Espanol. 5 in Espanol. Woo, woo, woo. And today, they decided to honor us. They all came here. So I'd like to request all the organizers from 1MC in Espanol to please join me. Thank you so much for coming. Please come. I want them to do something special for our guests. And I'm sorry for you to feel as if I've ambushed you. So please come. I did not ambush you. This is actually what I planned you to do, but I couldn't translate it. So
Yes.
what I need you to do is to ask this question in Spanish.
Okay.
Perfecto, gracias. Como comunidad, ¿qué podemos hacer nosotros para ayudarlos?
Okay.
Do we respond in English? Okay.
Or I'll be the translator. No, yeah, English.
Well, I would say that these connections, I mean, basically what you did, I mean, to open these spaces and to give us special connections, I mean, with people that are in our field. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree that once I believe that small businesses, new businesses grow by with friends first, with friends and family, and always I try to like exhort people to think who in my surroundings I have that might need what this person can offer. And just a simple call, a simple coffee can make a huge difference. So these connections, these moments, these events, we're really grateful. And I think that I believe that they help a lot.
We have also attendees from 1 Million Cups en español. Los que están aquí, que nos acompañan de la comunidad de español, quisieran hacer una pregunta en español a los presentadores. Yo puedo traducir al público, pero me encantaría que ustedes que hablan español y ellos que entienden español, si quisieran hacerle una pregunta. ¿Hay alguien de nuestra comunidad que quiera hacerle una pregunta en español? So what I'm asking is if anybody from the 1 Million Cups in Spanish wants to ask a question in Spanish to them.
Portugués.
O portugués.
O portugués. ¿Nadie? Ok. Oh,
there we go.
Ok, perfecto. And I can translate.
En español. Muchas gracias por haber venido. Una pregunta, a ver si cuando están aquí también toman la oportunidad de conocer la comunidad latina aquí en Kansas City. Tenemos muchos eventos viniendo aquí se celebra mucho el 5 de mayo. Esa es una conversación totalmente distinta. Es muy americanizado, pero de todas maneras, si tienen esa oportunidad de conocer la comunidad de aquí, si quizás tienen tiempo de ir a uno de los... Yo nomás he ido a una, pero pienso seguir yendo a uno de los eventos en español. Sería buenísimo. I'll just say it in English real quick. So I'm just suggesting that if they have the opportunity for those that do want to meet with the Hispanic community, we have a lot of events coming up specifically because of Cinco de Mayo. As you know, it's been very Americanized, but we do celebrate it here, and there's a lot of fiestas and all that good stuff. And if they have the opportunity to maybe go to the one, to go to a meeting for the 1 million cups in Español, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. But who will be the best person to contact to go and visit Hispanic people?
Any of us, yeah.
Any of you? Okay.
Nos conectamos ahorita.
Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely. No, and yes, I really want to thank you, all the team, for this space. Maybe I think we need this more in Costa Rica, in my country, in Latin America. We don't have these spaces for entrepreneurs. Sometimes there are some organizations having these spaces, but this is not very common. So thank you. I'm so surprised.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, our presenters. Thank you for sharing with us. So as we come to the end of our program this morning, I wanted to talk about what we just witnessed. Sometimes we miss the right language, the right way of talking about the experience we've just gone through. We just had presenters talk about their business. Some we've had, some we've not had before, right? And what is happening as we are learning from the presenter, everybody in the room is learning. So there's experiential learning for everybody. We are also sharing diverse ideas. We are giving actionable feedback. What is happening is knowledge sharing. But really, in entrepreneurship language, it's intellectual capital that we have just generated in this room. That is what we just generated. I can help, right? I can help. Targeted expertise. We just had my brother, my cousin, my wife, my uncle, my niece, my nephew, all of them. I can help. What does that mean? Human capital. You have just witnessed that, right? And the last one, everyone in the room brings their skill, their expertise, and that is the magic that we witness in social capital. We are connecting on LinkedIn. I've just checked you on Facebook. I've connected with you in LinkedIn. Social capital, right there. So when you leave this room and you're talking to the community, what do you tell them? What is 1MC? 1MC creates a supportive space for connecting to knowledge, human, and social capital through the power of community. Me, you, and everyone in the room. So let's acknowledge everyone here for what you just created. And so as we wrap up, how can you get connected? You can volunteer to become an organizer. Please apply to present. You've seen it's easy, 5 minutes, not intimidating. Just speak. By the time you're beginning to think, oh, there are many people in the room, 5 minutes is over, okay? Attend, share your expertise, share your knowledge. And if you have a cousin, a friend, a brother, a sister who is in a different city and would like to apply to bring 1 million cups to their community, the window is now open from the 1st of May to the 30th of May. So talk to them. We're willing to help them to bring 1MC to their community. And then we have what we call sponsors. Someone to sponsor the coffee. And if you would like, you can sponsor some cookie. And the venue, right, where we are right now is sponsored by the Kaufman Foundation. But in the whole country, we have different sponsors. So if you know someone who knows someone who can sponsor a venue or coffee in a location for 1MC, please let us know. So there's a QR code for you to scan and learn more. Remember, we would like to know that you're here so that we can keep connected with you. My time has come to an end. and I have to return the program to our host. Remember, I started by saying this is a community program run by 1MC organizers who are volunteers. So there's a protocol they follow, and now I return the program to our lead organizer, Kaluba. Welcome, Kaluba. Thank you.
Cassie, thank you for showing up this morning. We had in both rooms 127 people, so that's good. Thank you so much for really showing up. Yeah. On behalf of the 1 Million Cup, Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, I would like to just say a few things, a few words before we come to a close. First, I would like to extend our gratitude to the Kaufman Foundation once again for providing this remarkable stage, a space where ideas meet community. And that's what we witnessed this morning, and where innovation finds its voice. And this is what was here this morning. Your commitment as the foundation to this community, and not only to this community, but to the 110 communities around this country, is a remarkable opportunity that you have provided for a lot of people. To Global Ties, KC, those of the ones that brought this group to us, and the other partners involved, thank you for your tireless dedication to bringing extraordinary cohorts of leaders to Kansas City. For 70 years, as we heard, Global Ties KC has served as a bridge between the heartland and the world. And today, that bridge carried 11 remarkable entrepreneurs from around the world right in this room, and we are grateful to that. To the U.S. Department of State of Bureau of Education and Cultural Affairs, thank you for your vision in creating this fellowship program. Since 2015, I'm told, more than 1,700 fellows have been transformed by this experience. And today we witnessed exactly why this program really matters. And now to the fellows themselves, the 11 of you that showed up, thank you for enriching our community today with such insightful presentations and your presence just being here. You traveled thousands of miles from across the Western Hemisphere, from the Caribbean, from Central America, South America. Brazil is in South America. From South America and beyond. You carry with you the dreams of your communities, and that's what you represented in here this morning. The weight of the real problems that you are solving, you are helping to solve, and the courage to solve them. It's been amazing to be able to watch as you presented your businesses. You are not just entrepreneurs, you are citizens of this world, and diplomatic citizens. You are proof that innovation has no borders. The leadership has no single language, and that's what we witnessed this morning. And when you invest in people, remarkable things happen. This morning, Kansas City is better because you showed up. And also to the 1 Million Cup community, thank you for showing up. We are all better people because we show up for each other. With that, once again, thank you so much to everybody that has been involved with this, and we are grateful. We continue to meet. We meet next Wednesday, and like I said, the fellows are here for 30 days, the next 30 days, and so let's connect with them. And we also have people in the overflow that will be able to connect with. With that, I think I call the meeting to a close. I bring the meeting to a close. Thank you so much. Interact with each other and get to know people. Thank you so much for joining.